Well, this is just a bit of a random update with the NSU. It sat for a while because I didn't want to keep moving in and out to work on it while other cars were coming, because the engine just wouldn't warm up. I figured the thermostat was fucked. Well, it turns out she didn't have one. But I got it in, and now I've continued working on it. Now I've had time. Done all the hoses, as you can see. Interesting job, because it goes from 3/4 to 5/8, and down there it goes from 5/8 to 1/2 inch. So I got an adapter there. But all the wiring's done. I just got to connect the fans, that's it. Just trying to find hoses for the power steering. I'll run a new one down the bottom there. I used fuel hose for that one and it popped. But yeah, it's coming along nice. Looking much better. The heater tap even works. Nice and neat. And yeah, that's about all. Just fiddling away. Yeah. Well, I'll link the other video of wiring this car up to this video so you can see the whole story. But I fixed up this side. It's where the relay was. I found out that was actually running the passenger headlight too. They jumped a little wire back and cut it here and soldered it, but it was touching the wire that they cut, and that was why sometimes the headlights wouldn't turn off. It's really weird. So that's all done. I've made a whole new loom. It goes down there around to there. That runs the clutch. It's there. And also the indicator and parker. I haven't done the parker yet, this wire, because I'm going to put H4 conversions in with little parker lights, because these ones had the actual lights in these sockets and they were shit. So I'm going to change it all. So that should work well. And yeah, just got to connect the fans. So one wire from here across to the relay, and just wire the fans to the relay, and that's it. Done. So might see if I can get something put in here, a temperature switch. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. The clutch and booster system should work better now that the hose isn't completely fucked. Oh, doesn't look like it's had a thermostat for a long time. Well, clean up in there. The bypass valve won't work very well. But that would make it overheat. This would just draw hot water straight back into the water pump again without the thermostat in there. Like, it's a big no-no taking the thermostat out. If the vehicle's overheating, find out why. Don't just take the thermostat out or drill holes in it, because that just causes more problems. I might explain that in another video. Yeah, that looks better. Should be able to put a thermostat in there now. Yeah, got a nice new thermostat. So, put that in. It does worry me that this hasn't had a thermostat for a long time, or it could have had the wrong one without this valve and started overheating like a bitch, and that's why they took it out, because without that valve, it won't direct all the water to the radiator, and yeah, it can overheat as well. I bet it's been many years since it's been like that. Well, that's all done with nice new stainless steel bolts and washers, because what came out of there weren't too happy. Well, that's what was holding the thermostat in, or the housing anyway. Two of these nasty looking things. Well, I've been messing around with the oil feed system on this because it was leaking and not really working. And some fuckwit put one hose on upside down. So I noticed there was one check valve up here and one down there. And I had a look and they were both pointing the other way. So now they're both down here, facing up, instead of one facing up and one facing down. And it makes sense if check valves are at the bottom because it stops the oil feeding back from the hoses. So now the oil injection to the carby should work, because yeah, it hadn't for a long time by the looks of it, or at least one side. Yeah, but yeah, it worries me. The condition of the engine on the inside might be a bit sad from running too cold, running too hot, and only having oil on one side of the carby. So, we'll see. Time will tell. Well, the radiator hose is a fun one, because that's one that was on there. The bloody engine mount runs just above that. So I selected this one. I should be able to make what I want out of that. Alright. And for the top hose, that's what was there. So I selected this one. That should make it very nice as well. And this hose also had this on it, which would be perfect for putting here, where the engine mount will touch it, as this one was. Hasn't really rubbed on it, but yeah, this hose is well fucked. Pretty poor job they did. Well, the top hose looks good. Just put it on as a sample. Just going to take it off so I can flush the radiator one more time. I was thinking of getting a proper temperature switch for here, for the fans, instead of using this one. I hate these things. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I've just put the meter on this one. This one's closed circuit at the moment. If it is a temperature switch, it might open circuit when it gets to 90 degrees, as some Mazdas do. But I'll see what it does when I get it all warmed up and running. Well, I just put the bottom hose in. You know, not 100% happy, but there's not much you can really do with that one. Because you see the engine mount runs across there, or engine support. So, at least it's a bit better than the old one was. That's all we can hope for. Well, I've got the fan wiring done now. Can't see anything with the grill on, pretty much. Take the grill off. And there it is. So I've kept the wires away from the oil cooler down the bottom there. Beforehand they had the wires jammed through. Pretty bad. So, yeah. So there's the trigger. The main ones go over here. And that's where the loom comes in. Once I put the hose for the power steering there, I'll make it all nice and neat. This goes the relay under there. So, as I say, I've got to wash this whole engine bay down next. Well, I figure I might as well demonstrate things working. So you can see all the headlights from behind. That's high beam, all four are on. As you can see, it's nice and bright. Before they were very dim. Low beam. Very nice. Turn the ignition on. Has fans. So I just had them jumped onto manual on the switch. So, works very well. Those fans sound very good compared to what they used to sound like. They're very slow and feeble. So, and that was with the headlights on. Well, that's not bad for old sealed beams. We'll do a conversion to at least the outer headlights to halogen. So, yeah, I'll let the owner of the car deal with the inners if they wish.